So.
Okay, Luke, so which bike is yours?
So mine's the green one over here.
Okay.
And it's going over to Philadelphia here in less than a month. So.
That's right, that's gonna be good. Yeah, I sent out the posters, so we're gonna have them in t-shirt. Okay, so Luke, tell us about your bike.
So my bike is going to be a progressive gravel bike. It's based off the Curve GXR4. I've ridden a lot of gravel, and it's what I ride the most, so I wanted to build something really special and unique to kind of my preferences. So a few things I wanted my bike to have was a longer wheelbase for a little bit more stability and control through like the looser crap, and then a lot of that can be accomplished by a longer chainstay. Again, pushing that rear wheel out not only lets you have bigger tire clearance, which I wanted, but more stable ride feel. So most of the geometry, except for the chainstays, I made a little bit longer. These are at 445 instead of Curves being at 430. And then I slackened my head tube angle up a little bit. It's at 69.5 instead of 71. Again, increase the wheelbase, a little bit more responsive, makes it feel a bit more like a mountain bike. I'll run a shorter stem to account for that longer wheelbase. But yeah, more progressive gravel geometry, big tire clearance, longer wheelbase, high bottom bracket drop because I knew I wanted that to still feel playful and not draggy.
So talk about bottom bracket drop and bottom bracket height.
Yeah, so bottom bracket drop is we have this line from our rear dropout all the way to the front of where our fork is. Bottom bracket drop is this line here, and it's the perpendicular distance down from that wheelbase line. So the lower your bottom bracket is, more in the bike you'll feel. So like you'll look at numbers like 75, 76, or 80 even, gives you a more in the bike planted feel, whereas a cyclocross bike or a more aggressive racy bike will have a higher bottom bracket. That way you're feeling more on the bike. So just a little bit different handling characteristic. I've ridden bikes with both and I prefer the more on the bike racy feel.
So when we looked at the Curve frame, it had a range of measurements for the chainstay because of the dropout. So how did you factor in your slider in this design?
Yeah, so you can see the slider has like a few different holes. It was really important to make sure you're lining up the center of where your wheel's actually going to go to get your chainstay height. But mostly I knew the Paragon slider would give me 15 to 20 millimeters of like movement each way. And so I've ridden a bike that someone made here before with a 450 mil chainstay. And so I knew I wanted to be kind of in that range. And so having the slider helped me narrow in on that.
Questions for either of these guys? Okay, it's fun.